thunderstorms, mainly in the afternoon, but potentially into the evening as well. But let's get you out the door here this morning. It's a little wet out there. You can see we do have some rain just sort of spitting here across the upstate into the northern portion of Greenville County, but south of Greenville, even towards Anderson into the Piedmont area, seeing some moderate downpours there into areas like Mullen, a little wet. Simpsonville off towards the east into Woodruff, Pacolet, Pauline, Cross Anchor, Surratt, a little wet as well. So watch out for those wet roadways. I'm sure Chris will tell you the same thing. Flat Rock into Hoopers Creek, into Black Mountain over I-40 there and I-70 down towards Rutherfordton and Green Creek, seeing the rain as well. Temperatures in the 60s here this morning, so it's mild. A lot of cloud cover out there as mentioning. It's not going to be an all day of rain. Actually, we're going to see some clearing by the afternoon towards the evening. Temperatures soaring to the mid to upper 70s here by 1 to 5 o'clock. Cloud cover just lingering through this time frame. Spartanburg into Pacolet, West Springs picking up a bit more off towards the east into Gaffney, Surratt and Union. Some moderate downpours here and there. Moving north towards the mountains, seeing some rain too from Black Mountain down towards Hoopers Creek into Chimney Rock. Flat Rock towards 25 into 74 over Columbus area. This is really going to linger the next couple of hours. This is when we're seeing majority of the rain before it does start to spin on out of here as we get it out by about the afternoon. Noon, more so 1 o'clock. Then we start to actually get some clearing here. So it moves off towards 77 into Charlotte, down towards Columbia. Maybe a few isolated showers in the mountains later on this afternoon, but we're going to see some bits of sunshine. We could see one stray isolated shower to move on through ahead as we go into about 8 into 11 time frame, but picking up chances of showers and thunderstorms, strong to severe potential Friday. Best chance into Saturday where we could see, or at least our best chance of severe weather. Highs in the 80s. We're hot. We are humid here for us, and we're picking up this storm threat with damaging winds and isolated hail into Saturday afternoon and evening again. So rain chances are going to be on the rise in the coming days. We are fairly wet, isolated to scattered with those chances into the weekend and even next week with multiple fronts coming our way. Taking a look into tomorrow, though, we're mainly off to a dry start. It is by the afternoon and evening where we start to see some thunderstorm chances pop here for us, isolated towards Hendersonville into Greenville, right over 85. Building from 2 to 4 o'clock and then 4 to 6 off towards Lawrence and Greenwood. Even overnight, we could see some storms to roll on through when a lot of people are sleeping into your Saturday. Again, bringing our best chance for severe weather risk on Saturday. Scattered severe storms in the afternoon and evening. Damaging winds, that number one threat, and then isolated large hail as well. So this is why we do have a first alert in place on Saturday. Backup plans are going to be needed. Just need to keep eyes to the sky sort of thing. We're going to keep you updated here, but we continue chances of showers and thunderstorms even into next week. So a fairly wet 7-day on and off. Again, no washout concerns, but do have to be on the lookout for those storms. And the rain this morning, Chris Scott.
Yeah, with the rain.
Light band overall into Cross Anchor, Pauline and Pacolet towards Surratt, south of Boiling Springs. Hendersonville a little wet as well towards Black Mountain over I-40 there down towards Rutherfordton. Seeing a little bit of fog out there this morning. Some low-lying clouds are going to be a possibility like we did see on that live cam from Anderson towards areas like Union, Newberry. Nothing too thick out there, but it's there nonetheless. Temperatures in the 60s if you're taking the dog out here this morning. Some of you may want that rain gear for the next couple of hours, but by the afternoon you can get outside with the dog, the pup, yourself, and just enjoy some sunshine in the mid to upper 70s. We're going to talk more about this first alert weather day, though, coming up a little bit later. That is on Saturday with our best chance of strong to severe storms. Right now, let's go over to look at the roads here with Chris Scott.
Yeah, it's been quite a busy morning on 85. It still is very backed up and very, very busy right now. Here's the 62-mile marker. BMW back this way on the northbound lane with a crash early at 62. We had one at the 64-mile marker as well. They're still trying to clear that one actually around the 64-mile marker, but this is the way traffic has been on the northbound lane here for the last several hours. As
the east into Spartanburg down towards Pacolet, West Springs, some embedded, just moderate downpours here and there from Gaffney. A lot of this is mainly light rain, but still wet roadways in this area because of it. Hoopers Creek towards Flat Rock. You get into North Carolina, still seeing some mountain rain towards Black Mountain over I-40, south towards 221 and just toward the very east of Chimney Rock. This is going to linger the next couple of hours, so we're not going to be done with this up until really afternoon. Then we kind of switch to a totally different half of the day. So we go from cloud cover and showers you can see lingering off towards I-85 and towards the south and southeast, even by 11 noon. Still seeing some spotty showers around lunchtime for Spartanburg area south towards Greenwood. But it's by this afternoon, really noon to 3, we start to see more clearing, which means more sunshine. If you're going to be out and about, don't really need the rain gear at this point. Maybe, again, we do need it in certain areas towards the mountains into western North Carolina from 3 to 5. An isolated shower is just going to be possible, like 1 or 2 into the overnight time frame as well, but mainly clearing out into the first half of Friday before we do get a chance to spark those storms again towards the afternoon and evening Friday, and again Saturday, our first alert weather day. Because of this, it brings our best chance of some damaging winds, even some isolated hail, but damaging winds being that #1 threat. Leading into the weekend, we get multiple cold fronts into even next week, just bringing rounds of rain. A stalled front on Saturday bringing us our best chance of storms. Starting with tomorrow, though, again, as mentioned, we're off to that dry start. By about noon to 2, we could see 1 or 2 storms start to spark again, building over I-85 in Anderson and Lawrence from about 2 to 4. And then even the overnight time frame, we could see this little line start to move on in overnight into early Saturday morning. This is what we're looking at for Saturday with our afternoon and evening threats. For the storms, damaging winds, again, #1 threat, and then hail too. Kind of wide right now when it comes to that chance. So any storm that we do see start to engage and any activity could be severe with it on Saturday. So backup plans needed, really backup plans needed multiple days. I mean, to be honest, we do have some rain chances, no washout concerns, but even into next week, looking fairly active right now. It's going to be hot. It's going to be humid, close to a 90 over this weekend for the upstate, and then mid-80s for the mountains. Let's take a look at what's going on around the upstate, though, now here with Chris Scott.
Yeah, look for travel times in these areas where you're seeing the rain across our upstate traffic map right now. And again, Catherine just pointed these out to you, but Spartanburg County and those areas certainly going to be slick with rain on the road.
A little bit of some drier conditions just towards Spartanburg County off towards the west, but you build in those showers towards Surratt and Union into Cross Anchor. North into the mountains from Asheville towards Hoopers Creek and Black Mountain into areas over I-40, a little wet as well. Some foggy conditions too, so it's cloudy, it is wet. Some isolated showers, you know, all of this probably not making for the best drive this morning, but we'll check in with Chris Scott here one last time in a couple of minutes, really seconds at this point. Temperatures in the 60s. If you're taking the dog out, we have a second half of your Thursday looking much better where you can ditch that rain gear and you get to enjoy some sunshine. So how about that? That's great to hear after this kind of nasty start to this Thursday, Chris.
Yeah, it's been a nasty day and quite a busy traffic day out there today as well. As we're seeing showers all across the area still, that is going to make for treacherous travel. So just certainly be extra careful.
All day long. Tigerville off towards 25 into Easley, though, building that shower chance and already seeing them down towards West Pelzer right now. Some moderate downpours, so a little bit of yellow built into some lighter rain, though, off to the very east into Fountain and Woodruff. Pacolet towards West Springs, off towards Gaffney South, even into western North Carolina towards Black Mountain, seeing some showers. But how we play out the rest of this day, you don't need the rain gear all day long. Next couple of hours, dependent on your location, you may need it. Some of you off towards I-85 south and southeast towards Lawrence and Greenwood, you can see showers still maintaining but becoming lighter and not as widespread across this area. By noon, sunshine. So this is going to be the time to get outside, go for that little walk, run, jog. Even to the evening, most of us will remain dry, but an isolated shower is going to be possible from 5 to 7, even 8 o'clock towards Pickens and Oconee County, off over 85 as well. Picking up best chances for showers and thunderstorms on Saturday, but still maintaining that chance on Friday. Saturday, our first alert weather day, because this brings us our best chance for severe into the afternoon and evening. Again, damaging winds, isolated hail, some moderate to heavy downpours possible with this too. Really looking at your rain chances starting to go up even tomorrow afternoon and evening, and it stays that way pretty much every afternoon and evening Saturday through the weekend, even into the start of next week as well. Friday morning here for us, starting off dry but isolated showers from Hendersonville over Greenville towards even Lawrence and Anderson. Afternoon, evening picking up chances as we go through Friday afternoon again and evening, showing even nighttime we could see those storms, but one could be strong or severe. So something we're watching as well. But here's your severe weather risk for Saturday. Kind of widespread at this point. Scattered severe thunderstorms possible during the afternoon and evening here for us. Why we have that first alert weather day, because it's our best chance over the next several days. Staying fairly wet for your 7-day forecast into next week. Hot and humid, close to the upper 80s and 90s over the weekend too. So make sure to stay cool and watch out for those storms. Backup plans are going to be needed, guys.
All right, Catherine Noel. It is 9:16 and this morning's You Decide. We have a first alert for voters.
Yeah, it's another day and there's another new candidate in the race for Spartanburg County Sheriff. Greg Satterfield has announced his campaign.
1 mile range, which we are in Asheville down towards Anderson, some thicker fog there. So be on the lookout if you're driving that way. Otherwise, it is mild due to that cloud cover. We're stepping out to the 60s right now. A fairly mild day overall, mid to upper 70s with a decent amount more sunshine though coming our way. So just wait till the afternoon. That's when you really can get on outside. We do have that first alert weather day on Saturday. This brings our best chance for strong to severe storms. We're going to talk about the threats and the timing coming up later though.
All right, Catherine, it's a busy morning for the BMW Charity Pro-Am with the tournament already underway.
That's right. Spectators will also be heading out, hoping to catch sight of some of those celebrities. Speaking of celebrities, we've got our own Fox Carolina's Mara Ruiz live.
Early afternoon, by about 3 to 6, still could see an isolated shower into the mountains here for us, but mostly dry for the upstate. Up until about 7, 8 o'clock, maybe again, one isolated shower. Better chances for those storms and strong to severe storms into Friday. Best chance into Saturday here. First alert weather day for us because of that. High staying warm in the mid 80s to the upper 80s through the weekend. And again, showing our best chance for some storms on Saturday afternoon, evening, damaging winds being that #1 threat, as well as some isolated hail. So want you to be on the lookout for that. If you do have afternoon and evening plans pretty much every single day over the next 7 days, have backup plans in place, you guys, okay? We have this cold front that's just going to continue to come on through, and then multiple to come after that, multiple fronts that could just bring rounds of rain to come into next week. Starting with tomorrow, though, we start off dry. By the afternoon and evening, seeing about noon to 2, an isolated storm to come on in from Asheville down towards Hendersonville, and starting to build a bit more over I-85, that is, towards Greenville and Lawrence, Anderson, south and southeast, continuing that chance potentially around 10 to about midnight and overnight into Saturday morning, but Saturday afternoon and evening bringing us that severe risk with those storms. So anyone that does develop in this area, in the orange, we do have a chance of seeing damaging winds and hail to come with it. That's why we do have that first alert weather day in place. Staying hot, staying humid over the next several days, 7 days that is, too, with isolated thunderstorm chances picking up to scattered into next week as well.
All right, Catherine, we thank you so much. We'll give you a time check. It's 9:44. Now to a Fox Carolina safety alert for the Whole Food shoppers. If you have taco night on the menu this week, you may want to check your ground beef. The USDA issuing a public health alert for packages of organic rancher ground beef over a risk of E. coli contamination. The products are 1-pound vacuum sealed packages and 85% lean. They have used or free.
Have truly been talking about the burrata since yesterday. So digging into the forecast for us today, isolated to scattered severe storms. That is the first thing you need to know. We're bringing you that first alert. Damaging winds for the afternoon and evening. We could potentially see this, you guys, with any storm that we see start to form during this time frame. That's going to be your #1 threat. Your #2 shortly behind it. Isolated large hail is going to be that possibility. Here this morning, this midday, we are still seeing just a few isolated spotty showers out there. If you're outside, you've been outside, you know what I'm talking about. It's just kind of spitting here and there. It's just not the prettiest morning towards early afternoon. Greenville towards areas like Easley and West Pelzer, down towards Fountain Inn and Woodruff. We are continuing to see very light isolated showers. Off towards Gaffney, down into areas like Whitmire, into the northern parts too, like western North Carolina off towards the east. Chimney Rock into Black Mountain over I-40 into Hoopers Creek and Flat Rock. Seeing the chance for those showers continue over the course of the next hour or two. Off towards the southeast and south of I-85 in general here for us. But moving off towards Charlotte, that's where they're going to go, off towards east in general into the next several hours. We actually will get clearing, imagine that, of that cloud cover. We're going to see some sun today, which it doesn't feel like it when you look outside right now. It hasn't all morning long, but that will come later on today again with another chance of an isolated pop-up shower, maybe thunderstorm around 3 to 6. Into tomorrow looking much clearer for the start, but there's a but. We do have a chance of some storms to come on in the afternoon and evening again. Friday into Saturday too. Saturday, our first alert weather day because of this. It does bring our best chance of seeing something severe pop across the entire area here for us into the afternoon and evening with damaging winds at #1 threat. Again, isolated hail shortly behind it. Really make sure you have the rain gear handy though the next several days into the next week, because we have multiple cold fronts coming on through. They're not going to bring washout situations or scenarios, but we are going to see and need a chance for those backup plans every single day because of continued rain chances in the forecast. Starting with tomorrow morning, we do have dry conditions, but it doesn't last long. We have those pop-up showers, thunderstorms ahead of our next front to come on through by the afternoon and evening, 2 to 4 across the mountains, and then into the evening and night time frame for the upstate. A better chance of those storms to continue right now, plus some showers, but we're going to see those start to move even more so east and southeast throughout the morning. They'll really last 15 minutes that we have of into the early afternoon, but already seeing a lot of clearing and just not as much shower coverage as what we saw earlier on this morning, all throughout the morning show, really. So we're starting to see it decline into Easley, still some spotty showers into areas like West Pelzer, south of 85 towards Woodruff, down towards Cross Anchor, some rain there. Very, very light. Again, Gaffney towards Surratt, Lockhart into Whitmire. Up towards the mountains, seeing a little bit more of a wider span of some showers into Chimney Rock, Columbus, off towards 221. So again, watch out for those wet roadways here this morning. We've been dealing with them all morning long in this midday as well. But off towards 1 o'clock, I think we're going to see those showers span closer to Charlotte, 77 in general. Getting the sunshine towards the afternoon and evening, maybe an isolated shower specifically into the mountains from 5 to 8. Otherwise, looking good for this Thursday. Just started off a little rocky with the cloud cover and rain. Rain chances are on the rise though, plus thunderstorm chances. And speaking of, strong to severe storms as well. Friday into Saturday, that first alert weather day called for Saturday, because that day, afternoon, evening, is going to bring us the best chance for strong to severe storms. You can see rain chances isolated, scattered into next week though, because we have multiple fronts to come on through. So starting tomorrow morning, kind of skipped past it because we are off to a dry start for your Friday. A lot of sunshine, but as we go into the afternoon, picking up a chance for an isolated shower or storm about 1 to 2 o'clock into Asheville towards Hendersonville. Really better chances towards later afternoon and evening from about 4 to 10 as we get those single storms to roll on through, and then into Saturday morning starting off dry. But again, picking up this best chance for strong to severe storms scattered potentially across the entire area. The orange, a level 2 out of 5 risk versus the yellow, which is a 1 out of 5. Damaging winds going to be that number 1 threat. Shortly behind it, number 2 threat is isolated large hail with this. First alert weather day on Saturday because again